the NBA draft, where some of the newest stars of the league find out their first team. However, this year the Milwaukee Bucks may have chosen a star or may have just added another empty spot on their bench. I'm Jake Finnerty, and welcome on into Bucks Digest. If you want to keep it locked on all things Milwaukee Bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. As just mentioned, the NBA draft was a little over a week ago. However, the Milwaukee Bucks made two very interesting picks with the picks that they had, number 23 and number 33, taking two of the youngest guys that were even in this draft pool. I believe two of the top 13 youngest guys in this draft pool as well. So those picks were A.J. Johnson and Tyler Smith, projects to say the least. A.J. Johnson deciding to go play over in Australia for the Hawks and getting drafted at 19 years old, not even invited to the green room on night one. Was shocked to hear his name called. And Tyler Smith playing for the final year of the G League Ignite team. So honestly, let's just jump right into A.J. Johnson right off the bat. Yep, those stats are not fake, people. He averaged 3 points a game, not even a full assist a game. Closer to 1 rebound a game, to be completely honest, too. Although shooting 37% from the field. Yes, this is a 19-year-old kid that is coming into the NBA as your newest Milwaukee Buck. I think this is kind of where the question comes to lie. Why did you use your 23rd pick to draft A.J. Johnson, a 19-year-old who's going to be a project, who is going to be a guy that you need to do a lot of work on molding him? His combine, he showed a lot of promise, a lot of bounce, a lot of athleticism. He's bringing in, I guess, a fresher view to this team. But is he really going to fill up a roster spot? What is going to be the mentorship that you have to put into Johnson to get him to be even just a solid role player on your team? Because when playing over in Australia, you're playing in a semi-professional basketball league. If you can't put up good numbers there, what makes you think you're going to do better in the most competitive basketball league in all of the world, in the NBA? Well, here's what John Horst had to say about the pick. He said he has an opportunity. He does his things that we need, so if he earns it, he'll play. And if he doesn't play, it's okay. Now, my opinion on that may be a little skewed. I don't necessarily think you should be saying, hey, if our first round draft pick doesn't play, that's fine. That's okay. You don't have a lot of cap space right now to sign these big names. You don't have a ton of wiggle room when it comes to trades either. I think this was a shot to go out and get a guy that was going to be obviously not an immediate starter coming in at the 23rd pick, but a solid role player for you to add to your ever-expanding bench. And you just didn't go get that. You went for the guy who was the risky pick, which sometimes is fun, sometimes can pan out. But in this instance, I just don't know if that's what you're supposed to be going for, because you don't really have much time to fool around in the East anymore. Everyone's got the talent. You need to stay atop the East and compete. So let's just go to our second round draft pick. Number 33, Tyler Smith. Coming in out of the G League Ignite team as well. A 6'11 forward with that long wingspan. Averaged around 13 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, and around an assist a game. Honestly, shocked to say it, I think this might be the better pick. Getting him in the second round, a guy who was playing in the lower division of the NBA, but with guys that have played in the NBA, against guys that have played in the NBA when you're on the G League Ignite team, getting a little bit of that experience as well with some of those first and second year guys that are right out of the draft. He's honestly a very good bet to probably make the end of this roster and fill out that lanky forward position where you're looking at a guy who can play defense, can hopefully provide you some offense off the bench. And now with a little bit more of those stretch four guys that you're bringing in, I think he's going to be a very good complement to this team. He's less of a project. He doesn't have as high of a ceiling at all. but he definitely is going to be a guy that you can put on your bench, hopefully rely on, and get a couple of solid minutes out of him, especially in crunch time if someone's in foul trouble or if you need to go deeper into your bench in a game because all these guys are tired. Doc Rivers said about both of these guys that one of the things they liked about them is their work ethic and their drive. You can see these two guys want to be great. They don't want to just come in here and be potential players. They want to be players. Again, we just can't wait to get to work. Now, Coach Rivers has a very high expectation for these guys, being that he wants them on the team. He sees their work ethic day in, day out. I'm not saying A.J. Johnson specifically can't be a great player. What I am saying is that he's a project. We need to see what's going to happen, especially coming up within the next couple weeks in the Summer League, against those first and second year guys, how he'll perform in game action, what he'll be able to do there. I think that's going to be a very good telling on where A.J. Johnson's future will lie. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and keep it locked here on Bucks Digest for all things Milwaukee Bucks.